So the question I keep asking myself is, how rare are barn finds? There seems to be barn finds from, Lotuses to Ford Cortinas to Minis and NGBs, dotted all up and down the country, Europe, probably the world. But then you have finds, which are just once in a lifetime moments. So if we go into my territory, which is early E-Types, today we've been tipped off and going to pick up and collect chassis 24 right and drive fixed head. I truly, to the bottom of my stomach, have a gut feeling this is the last ever flat floor E-Type UK right and drive barn find. It's been in the same garage since 1982, and now is the first day it's going to see light for all those years. Welcome to North East Manchester. We are outside what looks like to be a very lovely ordinary garage door. We all dreamed to find the ultimate barn find, the ultimate Jaguar. What we have found today is a story of lust and want and many years of ownership. We've got two E-Types. They were put in this room in 1981. One was driven to school in 1992. The other has lay dormant all this time. It is once in a lifetime opportunity. These early E-Types and Series 1 E-Types they're not making any more of them. This is the missing link in a huge amount of Jaguar history. So what we have are two E-Types owned by the father who brought the cars in 1981 to where we are now. They were removed in 1988 when the garage got extended and then placed back in later that year in 88. It's the most remarkable piece of history. The family have kept them all this time, and then for the family also to have the trust in ourselves to organise the collection and removal and the next stage of these cars' lives is a true honour. We have a Series 1 4.2 Primrose Yellow right and drive with a factory hardtop, which is just amazing. The red car here is chassis 24 right and drive fixed head, which I truly believe is the last flat floor right and drive car yet to be found. It's also the only one out of the sequence which hasn't yet been restored. It's a hugely important part of history, as well as having an RW South Coventry registration as well, which is also magnificent. So we better have a tuck in and have a look.
My dad bought that in 1971 when he was 22 years old, and he did a light restoration on it. I don't think it was in the best of states when he bought it, but he did a light restoration on it and enjoyed it thoroughly. It was part of the reason he met my mum. So on my mum's birthday, I don't know which one, she was walking past the garage that he was working at on the car with one of his friends, and he saw her walk past and thought, I'm going to go and speak to her. So he pulled out of the garage in the E-Type, drove up alongside her and offered her a lift. And they were married for 50 years. So it ended well.
Chassis 24. Now carrying a fiberglass bonnet, which is quite interesting. Still running the rose to seats as correct to early fixed heads. Running all the early chrome work as per original. Carrying the original windscreen and glass. I haven't got much further with it yet. Okay, well let's
And in terms of the yellow one, the Series 1.5, he bought that in, I think it was 1978.
I think the first thing to do, let's get it off these blocks and get it onto the Gojacks.
And again, enjoyed it. I remember that car being on the road, and the last journey that it took was actually to collect me from junior school when I was younger. And then it was parked up and it's sat here ever since. Partly because other life events took over and other responsibilities cropped up. There's also logistical issues getting the cars up and down a very steep, narrow drive. So it didn't make it all that easy to get a classic car out and run it. But also other cars came along into the collection and took his attention away.
They're incredibly original, all original brake lines. It is completely unmolested. just awesome. Just absolutely, still got all the yellow, all the original low pressure hoses, still got all the factory brake lines on it, still factory radiator, totally unmolested original car. And I actually also think it's its original paint job, which also is really, really cool.
With these solid ones.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want me to remove this block of wood now?
If you don't mind. I hope heaven's like this.
Because of the importance of both of the cars, but particularly the red one, I wanted to make sure that they were restored in a way that befits the vehicles that they are.
Oh wow. All original mirrors, chrome works. Isn't that lovely? C.14900 interior mirror. How wonderful is that? And interestingly, an early flat floor steering wheel, which is nice. Two actually, bloody hell, two early. One's had a severe accident though, but how fun.
The reason for selling is because it's just out of my capability to afford to do the cars justice. And it was a decision that we made as a family when my dad was still around last year. We talked about it at quite some length because they have been part of the family for such a long time. We decided that the best thing to do was to sell them. And William feels like the right person, first of all, being so knowledgeable and the leading mind on early E-Types. But also his values kind of align with mine and my family's as well.
Oh wow, look at that. An original centre horn push. That's so cool. So cool. Oh wow, look at that. Original hockey sticks. Wow, still in the Jaguar paper. Now, I've only ever seen this once in my life, and that's with Chassis 8. The hockey sticks go around the windscreen. So you have your windscreen in here, and then you have your chrome piece here. But that's a factory original spare part. Look at that. Look at that. How exciting. I'll do.
Bye.
I seized Andy, unfortunately. Yeah. 2 foot forward. It's a huge emotional process because a lot of people can chuck a car in a barn for 5 years and call it a barn find, but a barn find for me is a terminology of something which has been lost in time, placed in a position with all good intentions. The project might have got too big for somebody. It might have even become a project which became overwhelming, or lack of resource. So it's such an emotional attachment that the owner, the family, don't want to let it go because of the emotional attachment to maybe better days previously. So I class a barn find as something which is incredibly an emotional attachment because it makes no sense in keeping it for that period of time. And it always has a catalyst where somebody unfortunately dies or a relationship deteriorates, where these things are forced to be moved on. And that's where we are today.
So seeing them move from where they've been for the majority of my life out into the daylight, it brings mixed emotions. I think first and foremost it's exciting because it marks the start of a new chapter for both of the vehicles, and it's really exciting to see them move on to that next chapter. I feel a bit sad, in all honesty, because they are and have been part of the family. Although they're inanimate objects, they are still part of the family. You know, my dad's been known for ages as that bloke up the road with 2 E-Types, and there are no longer E-Types here. So there's an element of sadness, but it feels good. It feels good that they're going to William to get the care that they deserve.
It's a hugely special day. It's an incredible privilege to be part of it. And it's also quite amazing that our little company, other people chose to do this sort of thing. It takes an immense amount of determination, grit, but also knowing when to do the right thing to to manage the owners, to manage the family correctly, because there is always a sense of mourning when these cars are removed. And then on top of that, to manage the next situation, the next process where hopefully we will restore the car fully, find a new custodian for the cars, and then allow the family who've owned it for all these years to still be part of that process, which is incredibly important.
It feels very strange being in this garage without the cars. They've been here for, well, all of my life. So to now see the space empty it's an odd feeling. It's an odd feeling, but it's lovely to finally see them out in the daylight.
If you want to join a once-in-a-lifetime restoration project and become the owner and the custodian of such a special motor car, you will never have this opportunity again. This is a once-in-a-lifetime restoration. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of British history, a barn-find flat-floor E-Type, UK home market matching numbers car. This won't ever happen again. And if you're in the market for a total restoration of an E-Type with the best provenance in the world, contact us on info@williamhaines.com and ask us all the questions. Come and see us, come and see the cars, come and see our restoration process, come and see how we go about it. We're very, very open book. We have no secrets. We just want to build the best motor cars in the world. And with your help, we can do that. Don't miss out. I'll wait to hear from you.